Welcome back to I Love Cooking. Today we are making one of our favorite Jamaican dish, brown stew fish. This is one of my favorite, and trust me, stay tuned, you're gonna enjoy it. So here we have 2 slices of snapper. You wash with lime juice. That's how I like to do it. Now we're gonna slice. We're gonna put some slices on the snapper, and for this purpose, it's just to make sure that the seasoning get in between those slices. Okay. Usually it's good to season your meat overnight, but we don't have the time for that. Then we're gonna pat the snapper dry with a paper towel just to get rid of all the excess water before we add the seasoning to it. And for your seasoning, it's your choice what you want to choose, but I'll go with 3 seasoning. The first one is the black pepper. That's what I'm using right now. I am using the black pepper, sprinkling it all over the 2 slices of snapper. And now we have the Maggi all-purpose seasoning. We're gonna do the same thing with the Maggi all-purpose seasoning. And the final one is the Maggi chicken seasoning. It would be good to have the Maggi fish seasoning, but I don't have that, so I use what I have. Now we're just gonna rub them in and make sure everything is rubbed in properly. And here we have some flour. We're just gonna pat them in the flour. Yeah, nice. And that helps to give it that crispy, that crispy look. You're gonna see in the end. So we add some oil to the pan. You already know we're gonna heat this oil up, and then we're gonna take our time and place the fish in the oil, and we're gonna fry them on both sides until they are brown and have that crispy look. Frying the fish is pretty easy, you just make sure you have it at the right temperature. Now you want to flip them over. You see that color? That's what you're looking for. You want to make sure that the fish are fried properly on both sides. Take them out and rest them on a paper towel. Then we get another container. We're gonna pour some oil, not too much oil, in that container, because for this purpose we're gonna saute our natural seasoning. So that's why we had a little oil in the pan. And here we add the onion, the garlic, we have some bell pepper, some tomato, scallion or green onion, whatever you know it as. Then we're going to pour some thyme in it. And we have some pepper, the good old Scotch bonnet pepper. And we're just going to stir this together. While it's sauteing in the pan. So you want to cover it so they can steam down in the meantime. Yeah, you can see that the natural seasoning is sauté. And if you were there, you will have that, oh, that smell, that aroma. Now we're gonna add some browning to it, because you know the brown stew fish, right? So we're not just gonna pour the browning in the container, we're just gonna get a little container of water and we mix the browning in that container, and then we're gonna pour it in the pan. Now you're gonna mix it up a little and let it saute. That's what it should look like. Now we're gonna place the fish gently, nice, on top, and then we're gonna get a spoon. I should have a bigger spoon than that, but you know, sometimes we gotta improvise. Then we're gonna use this spoon and just pour the gravy over it, nice, on top of it. Because you want that sauce to soak in the fish, right? That's what we're aiming for. We're aiming for the sauce to soak inside the fish. You're gonna cover it and let it steam down. Oh my God, it's looking delicious. Look at that. And you could continue to do the same thing, you know. Just sprinkle the gravy on top of the fish, because you don't want to keep flipping the fish over and over to let it break in the pot. No. So you just keep spreading that gravy on top of the fish. Nice. You cover it down just like that. Okay, that looks like the finished product. Look at that. Ooh. Brown stew fish at its best. Look at that. I'm telling you, you already know food is ready and I'm hungry. So guess what? I need a plate. I need a plate right now. So I'm going to take that piece, place it nice and gently in my plate. And you know I can't leave off those natural seasoning. Yep, you're going to spread it around there. Just like that. You know, that's what gives it the natural flavor. So anytime we're cooking and making Jamaican food, it's always a pleasure, you know. It's always a pleasure to be in the kitchen and to cook these natural, taste good food. And here you pour in the gravy on it. Look at that sauce right there. That's the magic right there. It looks good, right? Do you want a plate? Let me know. I will make one for you. But if you ever try this, like I said, you could try your own spices. You don't have to use the same spice as mine. If you have spice in your kitchen that you like to use, your seasoning and stuff like that. But the concept is the key. Once you get the concept, it's perfect. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share.